So, Onea girlfriend, tell me how your New Year's was.
New Year's was pretty good. It was cold because we had snowed, you know, got all that snow.
Real cold.
Yeah, it was really cold, but it was nice. We went to SeaWorld and we had a great time. The weather's perfect there.
You and your boys?
Yeah,
All
me and my
right.
family.
All right, and you had a good
Yeah,
time.
we had a great
Got
time.
out
How
of the
about
cold.
yours?
Well, mine was so wild and crazy that I stayed at home like I usually do, watch the big ball come down at midnight. But I have a little routine I do for myself every New Year's Eve. I take a nice bath. I sit down, instead of calling it resolutions, I call it goals.
Yeah.
And I set goals, and then I put that away, and I don't get it back out until the following New Year's Eve. And I look at it, and it's always like, God, I put this down, you know, when did I put this down?
Yeah.
So whatever I accomplished, I mark off. What I didn't accomplish and still want to, I transfer to my new set, and what's not important anymore gets thrown out, okay?
Well, do you find you put the same goals sometimes?
Well, there's always losing weight,
Yeah.
start exercising, get organized. Those are pretty standard,
Yeah.
okay? But some years I've put things on there like become a better listener.
Hey,
Okay.
that's a good one.
But I'm not going to start that today.
Okay, good.
We'll start that
We're good
another
with that,
time. Yeah,
too.
we're good with it. Throw it out. But you know what? I've really been thinking a lot about my pet peeves. Everybody has
Yeah.
pet peeves. What's
Yeah.
yours?
You know, a pet peeve of mine is cell phone etiquette. When people are at a dinner table with their friends, with their own friends. Like, I even heard a story of a girl in labor texting her friend that was in the delivery room.
She didn't send pictures, did she? Cell phone
No,
camera?
her friend was in the delivery room with her.
Oh,
They were
my
texting
God.
each other.
In the delivery room.
Yes, I mean, I get the importance of the texting, and I definitely appreciate the convenience of it. But come on, let's get real, and let's get our
Well, you scared
social
me.
skills back together.
You
know?
scared me, because I
Yeah.
thought in the delivery room, what's she doing? Taking, you know, cell phone pictures and forwarding it
Yeah.
on to people, huh?
Yeah.
And how come when someone's on his cell phone, they think everybody on the other end is deaf? Have you noticed
Exactly.
that? I mean, nobody talks in a normal voice. It's like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
really yelling.
Well, and the other thing too, everybody else around you's hearing your whole conversation, your fight with your boyfriend, or your fight with the telemarketer, whatever the case may be.
Bill collectors.
Bill collectors, you know, push
Those
it,
scary
forward it to
ones.
voicemail. That's what voicemail's for.
I've actually been with people at a dinner table or out to dinner that started texting. They're sitting there texting when I've said, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I would like to enjoy your company. Hopefully you enjoy mine. Or why did you even come
Yeah,
out? Okay.
exactly.
So would you mind not doing that?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm, you know, I'm old enough. I can get away with a few things and say those
Well,
kind
and
of things.
I feel the same way too. Or if you're in an appointment, you know, turn off your phone and be
Turn it
present with your appointment, or in a grocery line, or, you know, it's just something like that. It's just
Be polite.
be polite. Just
Considerate. Okay.
considerate.
Speaking of that, when you said, you know, forwarding,
Yeah.
how do you like the emails that get forwarded, especially the chain letter ones that say, hey, if you don't forward this to 29 people in the next 5 minutes, you're going to have bad luck for the next 10 years, okay?
Exactly. Well, and I know a lot of people buy into that, and it's crazy, but one thing that people don't know is what happens is you open those up and you're getting these cookies and viruses.
Yeah, I've had
And
some.
then they're sending out these advertisements for male enhancement pills to all these people, to your
Viagra.
children, you know, something like that.
Yeah,
So-
I order all of that for my friends.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm sure you do. So, but yeah, it's ridiculous, but they don't realize that that's what they're actually doing.
Well, and I used to buy into that when that first started, like the
too.
chain letters, the email chain letter thing, and it'd say, you know, if you don't do that, you're going to have this bad luck, whatever. And I used to think, oh my gosh, I better do this. I had a conscience about it. If I didn't do it, it would bother me.
Right.
And I would actually do it, and after a while I thought, come on, I don't like getting these. All the people I'm forwarding it to don't like getting it. And actually now what I do is I open up my emails. I'm not a technical person, so
Yeah,
I
me
don't
either.
spend hours on the computer. Just
well, that's
what
the
I
other
have to.
thing, too, is time.
Yeah, time consuming.
You know.
But I go through and I hit delete, 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 delete.
Yeah, so for any of you guys that know me, please don't forward any more stuff to me because I don't look at it. It's a waste of your forward button. But, and my other thing,
I'll
too.
ditto that.
Yeah. The other thing, too, that really irritates me is never hearing from somebody and they send you a forward.
Oh, yeah. Like you
Instead of a personal text, they'll send you this forward and never talk to you again for the rest of the year.
Where you're like a Groupon.
Yeah.
Okay? The current group coupons, you're like a Groupon, just boom, 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 forward.
Yeah.
Okay? But don't open them. Oh, don't open them. Like you say, they have viruses, cookies, this and that. So.
And maybe not always. My point is, it's a waste of time.
Waste of time.
Waste of time.
And we don't like it.
Yeah, we don't.
Onea and Gertie
do not
like it.
So, if you care, don't forward to us.
To us, or probably have the people you are forwarding to feel the same way. You know who's really bad about it? My mother.
Oh,
my
sorry,
mother.
Mom and Dad.
Every Maxine
Can't
joke,
stand 'em.
you
Can't
know,
stand 'em.
Maxine, the little funny old lady, Maxine, those jokes. Every Maxine cartoon, story, joke, whatever, she forwards.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, and I just delete them,
Yeah.
okay? So occasionally she tricks me, and when she calls and she'll say, how'd you like that, you know, story? Wasn't that funny? And I got caught. So I had to finally say, Mom, you sent so many of them, I don't have time. And it happened over a situation where there was a serious family situation.
That's happened to my sister just recently, yeah.
Really? And I just was delete, 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 okay? So we worked out a little code for me to open it if it's serious, and guess what our code is? Hi, Gertie.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
it.
something
That's
like that.
Easy as that, you know.
I agree with you. If I see any FW forward attachment to it, it's not going to be read.
I don't either.
It's not going to be read.
Do you know what else bugs me?
What?
Oh, well, yeah, lots of things bug
Which
me.
one?
But yeah, which one now? Okay. But people that take a complete bath in their perfume, women that shower in their perfume, or men even in their aftershave or colognes. And I've gotten so sensitive with, you know, we're all getting more chemically sensitive.
I've noticed that. I've actually noticed that, and because they have it in everything, your garbage bags, your toilet paper, your refrigerator.
I've had to actually, I've given away boxes of trash bags that I've bought, but I've also had to set them outside of my house.
Wow,
so
you really are
very sensitive. Yeah. But I can walk past someone and, I mean, you know, if they're loaded with that perfume, instantly my sinuses fill up. And then I get like this sinus headache, which is like a migraine that lasts for days. So, ladies.
Well, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I heard Prescott, this area that we're living in right now, is one of the highest pollen counts
I'm not surprised.
in the world. So a lot of people that have never had allergies before become allergic to whatever's in the air.
Come to Arizona where you don't have allergies. And you know, years ago, the reason that started was because people started bringing in their plants, their trees from whatever region they were from. Yes,
that's
indigenous.
What it means.
And
not native.
Not native, indigenous to their areas.
It's a new word for the day.
And we all became allergic to it, but nothing is as bothersome to me as perfume. But I mean, not just perfume that people wear, like you say, toilet paper, trash bags, but the scented candles.
Yeah.
Oh, can't handle those. I know, people do. But my daughter bought a little, what do you call those cute little birds? Cockatoo. Okay, cockatiel, cockatoo, whatever. It's cock something, okay? Bought this bird, and she's reading the directions and care for this bird. And in it said, do not use like those air freshener things you plug in or scented candles, that could kill the bird. What if
Oh, it's a real bird?
It's a real bird, yeah.
I didn't know that's where
It
you're
was a
going
little
with
plastic
that.
one. You can burn anything
Yeah,
you want.
I wasn't following you
But
on that.
no,
Oh,
it's a real
wow.
bird. That these air freshener, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking
I know
about,
exactly
don't
what
you?
you're talking
That
about.
you plug in and all this scent goes everywhere. Or like I say, the candles, it said that could kill the bird.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Good to know. Well, if it'll kill a
know.
bird, hey,
What is it doing to us?
yeah,
But I
exactly.
know it's rampant in everything. It's just in everything.
That perfumey stuff.
The laundry soap, the
Right.
soaps, yeah.
But it's also the silliness, you know, like you say, the cell phone, the texting, and our young kids don't even know how to carry on a conversation anymore, unless it is like that.
That's right.
You know, on a thing.
Yeah, I have to get on to my boys about that because it's just the way they communicate.
Well, I know what you're talking about. I get on to my grandson. Yeah, my kids are a little older. I started young. I'm not that old. I just started younger. But yeah, you know, teaching conversation etiquette and what have you is something that's becoming a lost art. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
don't you?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Now, the other thing that is a pet peeve. Well, I'm going to let you go for a minute. I've mentioned all
Well,
mine.
I know that we live in such a great city and you know, there's so many friendly people, but have you noticed lately when you actually go up and try to start a conversation with somebody, they will completely ignore you and not acknowledge that you're there?
I know just what you're talking about. I've even looked at someone, I'm walking past them, look them right in the eye, they look at me and I go, hi. They don't say hello, they don't say anything. Just keep on walking. And the other thing, when you run into someone that you've known for a long time, but you haven't seen them for a long time, and your mind goes blank, you just cannot think of their name, right?
Yeah.
I always go, hi, I'm Gertie, okay? And they go, I know who you are, okay? Instead of saying, well, sure, Gertie, I'm so-and-so.
Yeah.
You know, if someone comes up to me I haven't seen for a while, I go, oh, remember me, I'm Gertie, or nice to see you, or I introduce myself to whoever they're with. But I don't get the same back.
You know, and I know we are in a really, you know, I think we're in this technology, I can't even say it because I'm not technically in tune, but I know we're in this technology age where we feel like things are actually getting easier.
Right.
I feel like it's actually gotten worse.
Oh, it's definitely gotten
like
worse.
we have less time for something that was supposed to create more time.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And what you were talking about also was people not being as friendly, excuse me, as they once were, or saying hello or what have you. You know, we're all a little afraid these days to be friendly or outgoing.
Yeah, but we live in Prescott. I mean, you know quite a few people.
Well, it used to be very friendly, but it's not as friendly as it once was. But it still is a friendly, good town.
It is. It's a friendly, good town. But there's just, you know, certain pet peeves that people are...
Like saying hello.
Yeah, that are getting away from just common courtesy or just, you know, having a conversation with somebody.
Well, one of the reasons is because they are losing that ability one-on-one because of the technology. But I do have a nice story. I was in, well, one of our grocery stores, and this little old lady, I mean, she's a little old lady. I should have been holding the door for her, and I would have, except she beat me to it and was holding the door open for me to pass through. And I just said, well, Happy New Year, and, you know, nice to see somebody as courteous as this, and we got into a real nice conversation. So it can still happen.
It does.
And it does happen.
Yeah. But, you know, just being aware of it.
Right.
Just being aware of
If somebody
New
looks
Year's.
at you and says hello, say hello. If somebody comes up to you and you can tell they don't really remember your name, be kind and give them your name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and I know the good thing, because my family does the, you know, the 10 list for the New Year's resolutions, and it's not really a New Year's.
Wait a minute. 10 list. What is that?
I do a 10 list. Like my family will write down 10 goals for the year.
As a family?
As a family.
Wow,
and then
that's
we put
neat.
it away, and then at the end of the year we'll do like you do, pull it back out and read it. But I think too, it's not just even about goals, it's just being mindfulness or conscious of...
Consciousness.
Yeah,
Be
conscious
conscious.
of our behaviors, like good driving etiquette, like just having good.
That's a good one.
You know, if you see somebody have their blinker on, let them in.
Right. Or if you see them sitting there without their blinker on, but there's a long line of traffic and they need to get in, I try to do 3 courteous driving things a day. Okay?
That's good.
And after that, hey, if you're the 4th, you're just out of luck. No. I mean, I'll let people in.
You got a cap? You got a limit on your kindness?
I do.
Okay.
Well, even in, like I say, a grocery store line, if I see somebody behind me with only 1 or 2 things,
that is nice.
I let him go ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I might only have 3 or 4, but I'll let him go ahead because I'm a saint. No, that's why. But no, on the driving rule, I try to do 3 courteous driving things a day.
Yeah, and take it easy. It's not that big of a deal.
No, it's not.
Driving shouldn't be that serious.
Especially with our weather conditions here lately, you know. But anytime, nice weather, bad weather, but you know what I'm talking about on these things, don't you?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Now, the other thing is body language.
Oh, like what, this?
Yes. There is a...
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either, except somebody told me once that this is a real defensive stand.
That you don't want to hear what you're talking about?
I don't want to hear what you're talking about. I'm also not letting you into my space. I'm also not letting you into my energy. I'm blocking all of that. Well, I don't want to mention any names because we're nice on this show, right? We're nice gossipers.
We're nice enough.
We're not here to hurt anyone or attack anyone personally, right? But there is a very popular morning talk show on television that I've watched for years. And the old host, an old meaning in the years of his working ability, but he is elderly also. And a younger, lovely co-host, female, Lovely lady, seems very nice, except she sits like this during her talk show on television, national television. It's bugged me so much that I have tried to email,
How many responses have you got back?
None. I don't know how to get that in. And they say you have to Twitter, be on tweet to give them that information. Well, I'm
Do you
not.
know how to Twitter?
I'm not Twittering.
I don't
I'm
know
not
what Twitter means.
Facebooking. I'm not Twittering. Okay.
I like Facebook.
Do ya?
Yeah, I found some pretty interesting people on Facebook.
Some of whom you cannot mention.
Right. No.
Yeah, I'm sure. But anyway, no, I have. I've tried to email saying, please don't sit with your arms crossed like that.
Do you think it's offensive to you, or is it? Do you think it just really offends people?
Well, it's a defensive stand. Anybody that knows body language knows that's a defensive stand. The other little thing I wanted to mention on body language: if you'll watch guests, on TV with their hosts, if they cross their legs, or in person, but I mean I pay attention on TV. If someone crosses their legs towards you, it means they really like you, that you're okay in their space. If they cross away from you, they don't like your energy. And did you ever hear that thin little lips means you're stingy, and full lips means you're very generous?
Ooh.
Look, ooh.
I consider myself very generous.
Angelina Jolie should be real generous, huh?
Well, the other thing, too, is eye contact. If you're having a conversation, not looking away and, being preoccupied with the conversation, but that's a good body language, wouldn't you say?
Well, I'll give you a little point that I learned years ago, because I was in sales for many, many years, and I used to make it a real point, a conscious effort to make sure I had good eye contact. And I was told that actually sometimes it was so strong that it bothered other people. So the trick is...
Because it's a little stockish.
Yeah, well, right there, you focus on
I know, because I have had people do that, and I'm like, okay, back up, buddy, back up. Because if I'm feeling a little like, You're invading my space, so there is a fine line.
Well, and what you do, the trick that I learned is you focus right here on the bridge of their nose, and it appears like you're making direct eye contact, but it's not as strong.
Like
Okay.
hypnotizing.
Ooh, yeah, look at my eyes. That's right. But you know, stepping in someone's space, you know, we all have an aura.
Yeah.
And if someone actually steps into your auric field without being invited, okay, people feel like this. Get away.
That's
get
interesting because even if you're in like a grocery store line and somebody comes up behind you and you don't even know they're there, you're like...
But you can feel it.
You can feel it. Like my son will come up and sneak up behind me and he's looking over my shoulder and I'm like...
No, I know what you're talking about. Exactly what you're talking about.
That is an
You want to just push someone, like, get away from me. You know, they're too close. They've stepped into your auric field. So what you want to do, once you're aware of that, and you know how these energies work, you know, you just want to step back out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, because
So,
I've felt it before.
Well, and I try not to get too close to someone, you know, for lots of reasons, but I'm aware of stepping out of my comfort auric field into somebody else's space, so I try to be conscious about that. You know, I just do everything perfect. You know what I mean?
I know. I can tell the way you speak so well.
Both of us, we just don't do anything wrong. We don't text, we don't forward, we don't shower in perfume.
No.
We're just perfect.
Yeah, but the texting thing really, I think, is becoming such an issue more than any of it. It's just... Yeah, not everybody was raised with perfect parents and didn't get the social skills that they need, but there are certain things that need to be addressed.
Are basic. You don't even have, you know,
need to be
doesn't matter if you're using the wrong fork, just don't be yelling on your cell phone.
Exactly.
Okay, that kind of
we really don't
Common
care.
sense.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, common
Nobody
sense
does.
stuff, you know. By the way, you're looking good. Did you do something different to your hair?
Straight.
You straightened it.
Straightened it, yeah.
Well, I like it.
Thank you.
I do.
I'll
I like
wear
it.
Curly next time. Maybe a little bit darker. You know, who knows?
What are we going to talk about next time? Do we have any idea?
I don't know. We could talk about strange phobias.
Ooh, I like the idea.
That are hilarious. Just little weird things that people get used to doing.
Shouldn't be too hard to find some of that out there on the street.
What about you? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I don't mind talking about phobias because I have a few.
Oh, okay. Do you?
Oh, yes,
okay,
I do.
Save it for the next show.
Well, we thought I was perfect till we got to the phobias.
Yeah, I've seen a few of your little phobia. I wouldn't call them phobias, but
I have phobias.
Set ways.
I have addictions. I'm getting very set in my ways.
Okay.
Very set in my ways. Okay, but I'm also trying to pay some attention to some of these set in your ways things. One of the things I've noticed is I'm getting older, and when you live alone, you just kind of get set in your ways. Do you know what I mean?
I can understand that. I definitely can understand that.
And I have. I've lived alone for a lot of years. My kids are grown. Grandkids come over and visit, you know, and then I can't wait for them to leave as much as I love them.
Yeah.
Okay? But I have my parents and several elderly friends. And when we have any conversation, it's just all about their medical things.
Elements.
No, the aches, the pains,
all
the
their,
surgeries,
how do you say,
the doctors.
ailments.
Ailments. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, because I've caught myself doing that.
Yes, because it's so easy to get wrapped up into that.
Well, it's what's going on with you. Okay.
Right.
And so I don't mind if someone tells me about, you know, especially my folks, who I'm very fortunate that are still alive and here, and they don't live here, but I mean they're still alive. Okay.
I caught myself just wandering off during that conversation.
You know, I
am so sorry.
I thought so. One of my pet peeves is what she was talking about. When you're having conversation and someone's eyes go wandering off, guess who just did that? Okay. But,
sorry.
Well,
I'm not completely perfect, but I do
We're
try
working on it. We strive for progress, not perfection, right? Really. But I do want to become more conscious about not just constantly talking about health issues.
Yes.
You know.
And be the change you want to see. As
I
Rumi
love
would
that.
say.
I love that.
Be
Rumi,
the change you want to see.
the poet. Yeah,
Yeah,
be the
and
change
it's just
you want
little
to see.
things. It's not world changing in the sense that you have to go out and.
Well, it is world changing.
It is world changing, but it's so small that it doesn't seem like
a big effort.
Yeah, it could be real effortless in the sense that.
Because, like you just said, Rumi said, be the change you want to see. Well, the change starts with you and me.
Yes, exactly.
You make a little change in yourself, and, you know, that kind of carries over into someone else or someone else's life. So, yeah, we are the ones that can make changes on an individual basis, one-on-one.
And be kind
like, don't
to
let
each
your
other.
eyes wander when I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
honey,
I'm
sorry.
kidding. I'm kidding.
But, you know, be kind. Just be kind to each other.
That's the golden rule.
Yeah, be kind to each other. That's basically it. And have respect for one another.
You know what would be really nice and kind? The next time somebody gags us with their perfume or cologne, if we just tapped on their shoulder and said, I'm getting sick. You're making me sick here. Thanks a lot, okay? That would be a kind thing to do, don't you think? No, I'm teasing.
Sure.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing. I've even been in the movie theater where I've gotten up and I've moved because I can't stand it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's nice if you see a man and his flies down, if you tapped on his shoulder and said, hey, by the way, I think you need to sip up a little bit. Now, don't you
Yes,
think
that's a kind thing to do, yeah.
A pet peeve would be if somebody let you walk around.
Yes.
Yeah, that way. Don't you think?
Yeah, I would. Okay. I would want to know.
So for our New Year's, what are we going to do?
We're going to be kind.
Right.
We're going to be considerate. And we're going to be conscious of the people around us.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think that would be...
Conscious about what we say.
What we say, how we respond, and being aware of what's going on around us. Don't get yourself caught up in the mechanical world, the technology world, and...
Onea, I like it.
Yeah.
I know just what you're talking about, and we're going to try our darndest.
Yes, we are going to try.
To be kind, polite, do maybe 4 nice driving things a day.
Okay. 4.
We'll stretch
4
it.
might be pushing it, but we'll try.
I know, we'll try. And but the change starts with
us. Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do. And you know what I'm talking about?
That's what I'm talking about, and that's what we're talking about.
Until next time.